Okay guys, I'm sorry. Again, this is long. It's a very big album. It's supposed to be many. But I wanted to make sure he had plenty of room for his parents. Another family crest on a rosette. And this is like a ½ an inch. Let me tell you something. This is thick. So if you can go smaller on it, and you've got the patience to do it. Those things are hard to get to hold. Okay, here's a special one. This is the mini book. I had already done a video on it. I am going to do a how-to video on this. So let me get going on this because there's only a couple pages after this. So I ended up adding a little button to this afterwards. This is these little papers that you will see will actually on the front of the cardstock. And you know how they did the little samples down at the bottom? I actually cut them out. They were so cute, and I could use them. I just thought, what could I make with it? So I did some research and found a couple of people doing mini books. They call them mini albums. I would call them more of a book because of the binding on it. But this is one piece of paper, and then I used that piece here and a button here. This is grunge paper. I left it to where he can put, he can title the little book himself. He could put whatever he wants, or date or name. Glue dots on the back, but you gotta unravel this. See if I can get it. Okay, I got it. It's coming. Okay, this is so cool. I did it a little bit different than what other people were doing. So, okay, again, these are the little pieces here. This is left over from the frame set. Each one of these have a little card. This one had an extra one, so I put them both in. And he doesn't have to use these. I just thought these were neat that he could put like tickets to the movies or a baseball game with his dad. He could put into this his little memories. And there's pockets everywhere. On most of the ones that are showing, they only show like one pocket here. They don't even show a pocket here, and they only show like one here. I did one here, one here, one here, and you'll see as I go. Here's another journaling tag. Or picture tag, however you want it. But there's a bonus to the back because I put more in. Like I said, it's a little different. There's another photo tag. Again, everything is vintage photoed, aged, to look like aged vintage paper. That and water aged if it had water damage, because a lot of the papers and pictures back then did. And here's another one. And there's enough room for him to write something on it, if he'd like. Okay. Again, glossy accents. And again, these are those little pictures that I told you about that were on the front. And they just came in really cute. This is 3x3. I mean, you cut the... You know, I'll show you in the other video, but this is 3x3. It's pretty heavy duty. Okay, so here's another one. Glossy accents. Kind of looks crystallized. I love it. Just was perfect for this album. And then it keeps going. It's a gift that keeps on giving. Here's another one. Again, leftovers from one of the picture frames that I had cut out. And then here's another one back here. It's sticking to the tape inside. There we go. So he's got places for lots of that stuff. And I actually asked him if he had any of that. He said he did, and he said he never knew what to do with it. So now he's got a place to put it. So it just keeps going. And you'll see where I glossy accented it. And this is so neat. It looks like the bigger paper, and I tried to do it exactly the way I was glossy accenting everything. And there's a place for him to write something here. Okay, now I did use grunge paper again on another hinge. Okay, so that's the mini book, and I get it. It's pretty heavy duty. This is a pretty heavy book. I shouldn't even call it a mini album. It's a full-fledged album. But his parents had one of the old record players, and when they died, everybody in the family wanted it. So, but this is for a picture. He can also journal at the top, and then I put a grunge Tim Holtz key, and then I put a little jewel in, and then glossy accents. So he can journal here. And then we flip over, and believe it or not, these are the last 3 pages. So I made a little tag so he can put place, time, and date. And I left this one a little more masculine on this side, as much as I could. But again, you can put more pictures down in here and more pictures up in here. But here's a photo frame, a place for him to journal. And some of them you can't see. I thought about putting holes in them and doing them like the little tags there, but it was too much. So here's another place for a photo. And then journaling. And then here's the feminine version. And I took a silk flower, and it already had the grooves in, so it just kind of came out really nice. And I made it as masculine as possible, but keeping the female side on this one. And again, you know, he's got a place to put a picture. You can hide a picture underneath both of these, and it'll hold it. But it gives it time, place, and date. And I put lace to this one and another flower. And this one, this is really, really pretty. I'm hoping it shows. It's a flower within the flower. It's like a rose. And again, this one's another photo card, or photo frame off of the cartridge. But this is my stamp, so he can write in a date, you know, or a person's name in memory. I just love the stamp set from Viscos. I'm going to buy the other 3. But these were leftover pieces, and I integrated them all in. And I ended up with a couple extra sheets of paper, believe it or not. But here's you know, here's ribbon for him to put a photo behind that. And I pearlized and put as much as I could in. And then, this is not the last one, close to the last one. See, it's sticking to the hot glue. Let me pull that. Okay. Sorry. And there's a photo card, or journaling area of the photo card, and then he can put another photo here. And then we flip it to the final page. And this has a pocket down in the back like the one on the front, but I left that one open for him to put what he wants down in it. And then I did a skinny one on this one. Thought it'd be something different. You can journal on both sides. You can put a picture in the middle there. And then the same for the other side. So he can do what he wants with that one. I'm going to put this back out here. And this is cute. This is one of my first rosettes. And then I put a heavy-duty button in here so that it would keep this from smashing into the paper, get messed up, or the pearls get messed up. But this is another pocket here. Pocket journaling picture card. And that's it, guys. And I'm sorry that it took 3 parts, but I guess it'd be part 2, A, B, and C. But it's big. I'm not even kidding. I mean, imagine this with pictures. So, you know, one, I suggest that you actually sit it up, and instead of trying to lay it down. It'll be a nice display. But again, this is all of the tags, all of it. I mean, there's tons of it. And originally, I estimated at about 60 photos, but he might be able to put close to 100 in this thing. So he'll enjoy this. I hope you guys liked it. And again, I apologize for how many parts, but it is absolutely worth watching all 3 parts. Follow me on Facebook, and it's Charming Custom Crafts, just like on here on YouTube, but all 3 words are separate, not together like they are on YouTube. I'm going to be working on the second mini album. This was actually the 3rd one I started. The second one I didn't get to. I was late getting presents out, so I ended up telling my in-laws about the present. And I already had a theme for this because I knew what I was doing for this one. But my mother-in-law has chosen for hers, which is the pink, red, black, silver, and cream, is going to be for her grandkids, so that you'll enjoy that one. I'll have a little bit more fun and freedom with that, but I wanted to keep this classic to the era and to his parents. They had their lifestyle of being simple, fancy, so this would remind him of the era too in which he grew up and they grew up, and the stories. So he'll enjoy this, I hope, for many years. As I told him that it's his way of sharing his memories of his childhood and growing up with his parents and the funny stories, because at this point in his life, most, his 3 kids are probably not as interested in it. I'm sentimental. I grew up that way. I know he is. And when he hurt his wrist, he ended up doing his picture, so he was extremely excited when I told him I was doing this for him. So understand why I did this vintage for him. I loved his parents. They were the closest thing I had to grandparents, so this was really special for me to do. But follow me. I got more coming and more videos to show you. Just understand this is why I was so late. So hope you like it, and follow me. Like I said, I'm a little late on getting all the things I wanted up, but it's coming, and it's going to come fast and furious. So enjoy, and I hope you're having a good new year and a good new beginning to 2012. And no, I don't believe the world's going to end in the end of the year. So take care. See you soon.